These are new pictures of an aid delivery docked at a U.S.-built marine pier. Ships began arriving at the temporary dock on Friday, the first to reach Gaza by sea in weeks. It comes as global pressure mounts on Israel to allow more supplies into the territory. It was a key focus for U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan during his visit to Israel yesterday. Sullivan met with Israeli officials with the goal of reviving ceasefire talks and securing more aid. Journalist Sarah Coates was tracking those talks for us and joins us now this morning from Tel Aviv with the latest details. So, Sarah, what struck you and what stuck out for you from these meetings?
Hello there, Marianne. Will Sullivan really press Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, for the need for Israel to really connect its military strategy to a strategy that would see the release of these hostages, the complete defeat of Hamas, and also for a better future for the people of Gaza, of course, including in the short term, more aid to get into the Gaza Strip. Now, we do need to remember that Sullivan's trip here to Israel came on the back of another visit to Saudi Arabia. He met with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And what they spoke about, of course, is this potential normalization agreement between Saudi Arabia and Israel, which is something that was put on ice at the beginning of this war. Now, what the White House is really hoping to see here is this normalization agreement between Saudi and Israel, except the only thing really here is that the White House believes, of course, that if this were to happen, that this could see an end to the war. But really, without the release of these remaining 124 Israeli hostages who are being held still in the Gaza Strip, there will be no end to this war. We do need to remember that over the past few days, the IDF has recovered the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages, bringing that number now being held down to 124, and they have since been brought back here to Israel for burial.
Sarah, we know that this war has caused quite a divide. There is also that political rift internationally, but also domestically in Israel over just how this war has been handling. What more can you tell us about that?
The Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he is under immense pressure. He's now been given an ultimatum by fellow War Cabinet member Benny Gantz that Gantz will bolt this War Cabinet by the 8th of next month if a clear 6-point plan is not adhered to. Now, Netanyahu's coalition could probably survive the departure of Gantz, but we do need to remember that if Gantz does actually bolt, he's likely to take with him fellow party member Gadi Eisenkot and potentially also the Defence Minister Yoav Gallant. We also do need to remember here that Benny Gantz brings a real lot of military experience to this position, and he's also far more popular right now than Prime Minister Netanyahu. The latest polls show that if elections were to be held today, that Benny Gantz would win and Netanyahu and his ruling Likud party would lose. Now, on the Israeli street, he's also facing an immense amount of pressure. It was just a little earlier today that many demonstrators actually blocked a main highway. This goes between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. They were lighting flares, clashing with police, and they are marching right now to the Knesset in Jerusalem, where the Knesset will be sitting. This is the Israeli parliament. They are demanding that elections be held now and that the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu come to any kind of deal with Hamas to bring these remaining Israeli hostages home.
Journalist Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv this morning. Thanks.